Hello, everybody. Welcome back into Dot Talk this week. Right now, we've got an exclusive interview with Goal Line Blitz admin Catch22, formerly known as the Hazy One. First, thanks for calling me up and taking the time to do an interview.
Hey, no problem.
First things first, how did you get into Goal Line Blitz?
Someone linked it at a poker site, at a poker forum, and I checked it out and created a player, liked it, bought 5 teams, and created about 100 players within a week.
What was it about it that kept you here?
I combined a lot of elements that I like: football, role-playing games, the player creation, strategy, a lot of similarities to poker, actually. So it was but it was football, which I grew up playing, and it's always been my favorite sport. So.
And you say you own some teams. How was that? How'd you like being an owner?
Oh, well, I started out with 5, but that's just because I wanted to learn everything as much as possible, and I ended up selling 2 pretty quickly. And I kept rerunning for a couple seasons, and then I finally knocked it down to 1 just because it was getting to be a lot of work. Owning a team was great. It's just it depends on how much time you can put into it as to how much success you're going to have.
Yeah. Do you miss it?
Yes and no. I miss the camaraderie, and doing the coordinating and everything. But I'm loving what I'm doing, so I don't miss it in that regards.
All right. And you started out as an LOL mod, right?
Well, I wouldn't call Bugs Mod a LOL mod, but yeah.
And what made you want to get into that?
Just wanted to help the game be better. I would get frustrated with how some of the things were going. So I thought the best way to help fix it was to be part of the team that was fixing it.
And how did it come about that you actually got hired to help with Goal Line Blitz on salary?
Basically, Board and I exchanged some private messages and just went back and forth a little bit, and then he came out to Vegas, and basically we sat down and talked, and they decided it would be a good move, and I was looking for a change, something different. I've been playing poker for 10 years, and I thought it was a good opportunity, a bit of a gamble, but I thought I could help, and I thought I could make a difference.
All right. Well, I was going to ask what you did in real life before you became an admin, but you played poker for a living. Is that how that works?
I did. Actually, I've done quite a bit. I was in the Navy when I was 18. I was a nuclear engineer on submarines. And
Nice.
then I went to school for 7 straight years after that. I got 2 graduate degrees. I have a master's in creative writing and a Juris Doctorate, which basically is another word for lawyer. And then I practiced law for 6 months before I decided I was going to be a poker player.
So you jack of all trades, huh?
I suppose. Poker's definitely been what's paid my bills for a decade, though. So.
Do you ever play with Bort and everybody?
No, I don't want to take their money. Although they have plenty of it. No, they don't have plenty.
I'm gonna say you could put.
You'd be surprised. They're not as rich as people make them out to be.
I'm sure, but I was gonna say Goal Line Blitz might come up in a pot one day.
That would be something worth playing for.
So, what is it you officially do? What's your official role in Goal Line Blitz now?
Wine moderator? I'm kidding. I do a lot, actually. Test server coordinator, bugs form coordinator, customer service liaison between basically the customers and the rest of the admins and board.
So you've kind of turned into the face of Goal Line Blitz. It seems like you're the one.
I wouldn't call myself the face. I just would call myself as the person who's there to, kind of be the intermediary. Kind of someone who's been a player who understands, how being a player and how being an owner works, and can relate to them on a personal level, rather than an admin who while they might understand the game, don't really have a perspective as a paying customer.
Yeah. But it usually ends up you're the one that has deliver some of the announcements, and because of that, even though a lot of it's not your idea, you're the messenger. So you sort of get a lot of flack for stuff that isn't really even
Well, yeah, I mean, all the changes are mine, apparently. And I don't think people realize that is I'm just responsible for the implementation of the changes. Some of them might be my ideal, but for the most part, they're all things that were brought on by other people, discussed, revised, and the final approval on anything goes through board. So
yeah. All right. Well, obviously you're still working in it. You're still playing, so you must enjoy it some. But is Goal Line Blitz still, quote unquote, fun for you?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a different kind of fun, though. I mean, instead of now spending 12 hours a day, like scouting and recruiting and getting my guys to set their tactics and doing that kind of stuff. Now it's like trying to make the game better.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're at day 42 now, is it?
Yep.
Yeah. As of this recording, we're at day 42, and we just rolled out major changes in the way we play the game from here on out. Do you want to talk a little bit about the changes we rolled out?
Well, yeah, and the changes are going to keep coming, but we can talk about that in a second. Basically, I mean, we just changed the player creation process with the archetypes, and just basically giving people a little bit more flexibility with the automatic level gains and the kind of things they can do with their players. And a lot of people say it's basically making cookie cutters, but what you don't realize is the shell is fixed, but what you do within that shell is not fixed. You can create a power back archetype and give them 120 speed if you want to.
Yeah.
All the shell is doing is putting the automatic level gains in a certain place, and then the advanced equipment thing is basically we're giving people the opportunity to swap out their equipment because we're changing how that works with eliminating the stacking. Well, not eliminating, but reducing how it works. So, like if you have a second piece, it's only 50%, and if you have a third piece, it's only 25%. So we're just giving people an opportunity to replace that gear, so they aren't as affected by the change. And then what else? That's pretty. Well, that's
team
pretty
demotion. Team demotion changes.
Resetting the team cache and the stadium if a team demotes. And that was just basically to make it fair for the people starting out. I mean, someone buys a new team and they're in a Cat 14 league, and there's another team with $100 million. I mean, that's not really a level playing field.
We're interviewing Catch22, and we're coming up on a break. Listen into segment 3 as we conclude this exclusive interview with Catch22, formerly known as the Hazy One, on Dot Talk.